Hello guys, it is Dani and welcome to this another update video. So as things change with Melissa, I will be keeping you updated. We have a very powerful Category 5 hurricane, a relentless hurricane that is making its way towards the island of Jamaica. It has been making that turn and is now moving to the northwest, and a northward motion is eventually expected, followed by a turn to the northeast as it approaches the island over the coming hours. So as we are heading into the evening, more places are starting to experience those tropical storm force winds first, and they will gradually intensify into deadly hurricane conditions. There's already been storm surge, which is the winds of Melissa pushing the water on shore. So this is a very powerful hurricane, and based on the intensity that it is at right now, it's one of the most powerful hurricanes to reach at such a status. So here we're looking at the latest cone here from the National Hurricane Center. We can see maximum sustained winds off Melissa, 175 miles per hour. That is a very, very strong system, and it's likely that wind gusts are going over 200 miles per hour. Things were so intense that our hurricane hunters, they pretty much fly in to collect the most accurate information on the system. Things got so intense that one of the planes had to actually abort their mission and return where it's safe. And we have to definitely give the props to them. Every moment they fly into, especially a major hurricane as Melissa, they are risking their lives so that we can know what is happening with it. And as I mentioned, it's now starting that northwestward motion at 3 miles per hour. It was moving to the west-northwest at 3 miles per hour, so it's still crawling, and those impacts are gradually making their way into Jamaica. Now, landfall is expected tomorrow morning along the southwestern coast. Pretty likely that the parish of St. Elizabeth will be dealing with the worst impacts of Melissa. But throughout Jamaica, the impacts are going to be intense. The tremendous rainfall is expected, those destructive major hurricane winds, and the plethora of heavy rainfall. Now we can see more red shadings popping up on this graphic. So alongside Jamaica, we also have eastern Cuba, and going up to the central and southern Bahamas under a hurricane warning. So hurricane conditions will be possible in Cuba, well, likely in Cuba as we head into late tomorrow, going into Wednesday. And then late Wednesday into Thursday will be the Bahamas, even near the Turks and Caicos Islands, where there is a tropical storm warning as well as a hurricane watch in effect. Still seeing that tropical storm watch in effect tropical storm warning in effect for Haiti, as those conditions are ongoing there. So impacts from Melissa will be far and wide, and then down the road, Bermuda is to be keeping a very close watch on the system. As it pertains to the rainfall total, so in Jamaica, 30 plus inches of rain will be possible in some areas. So a lot of heavy rain is going to be unleashed by Melissa, which will trigger significant flooding, especially in the more vulnerable areas. And also going to Cuba, we see some of these pink shadings popping up as well. So also representative of those staggering rainfall totals up to 30 inches. Eventually, this will be spreaded into the vicinity of the southern Bahamas, especially those that will be in the direct path of Melissa. And we're seeing Haiti and the Dominican Republic within the yellow going to the orange shade in here, representing some of these higher rainfall totals, maybe up to 8 or 12 inches at maximum over the next 3 days. So things are definitely winding down. These Category 5 impacts will be devastating Jamaica, especially as we head into early tomorrow morning. So everyone should be in their safe locations and prepared for the system. The impacts have already begun in many places across the island, especially the south, as I mentioned. And if you're wondering about any potential track changes, that seems pretty unlikely. Going back to the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale here, so categories 1 through 5. So 5 is where Melissa currently is. So winds that exceed 157 miles per hour are those of a Category 5 hurricane. So there's no Category 6, but we're dealing with a record-breaking hurricane. This is a time of year when we're thinking about, eventually planning for Christmas and all that. and hurricane season finishing to breathe a sigh of relief. But this goes to show it's not over until it is over. And in regards to the track of the system, once more, that is pretty locked in. All of our models are pretty tight here in regards to that landfall in Jamaica. So that's going to be happening, guys. Time is going down. Everyone should be in their safe spots. I am definitely in mine. I'm prepared for this thing. I'm just sad that eventually service is going to go down, which, of course, I don't want. No one wants that. I want to stay online to let you know what is happening. However, once I'm able to do so, I surely will. So you can count on that. Please stay safe, my fellow Jamaicans. We got this. We will safely ride out this hurricane, and we will rebuild for sure. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. And if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. I'll get to you when I have the chance to do so. And remember to always be weatherwise.